Today I am going to start first chapter of physics class 10, that is reflection of light. So here we will discuss about the first light. Okay, see here, what is light? So light is a form of energy which gives us sensation to see. That means that enables us to see objects. Due to light we are able to see objects. When light falls on any surface and it reflects and come to our eyes, then only we are able to see those objects. Now next is that objects which emits light, they are known as luminous objects. There are two types of things, that is natural and man-made. In natural we will take sun, a star, electric lamp, etc. Natural electric lamp is not the natural, okay, and oil lamp, they are also known as luminous object. For non-luminous, we'll say about that those objects which do not emit light, they are visible only due to the reflection of light. Like example, moon, book, pen, etc., bench, surroundings, whatever that the objects you are seeing. Okay, all these things are known as non-luminous object. Now we will see that what are the characteristics of light. So characteristics of light, that first of all that light travels in a straight line. Means light travels in a straight line. By single ray we can show that it is a light. Second one, that it is a transverse wave and do not need any material medium for its propagation. That it does not need any medium to travel. And its speed in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and in air that is slightly less. In water its speed is 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Light reflect back from polished surface. Suppose that any surface is polished, then light reflect get back, such as mirror, and we can see our face in that mirror. Okay, from metallic surface also light reflects, and means that is the shiny surface, and there we will see our reflection. Now here we will discuss about that ray of light, beam of light. Means ray, when light is represented by a single straight line, then we can say it is a ray of light. And when we will put the several rays, it is known as beam of light, and they are here parallel, so it is known as parallel beam of light. Okay. Now if the light ray is just emerge from a certain point, means that coming, then in that case we will say that the light ray are what? Divergent, means they are divergent beam of light. Already I told that is the beam of light, collection of light rays, that is known as beam of light. And convergent means that light ray converges at a point, means just coming to a point, that they are known as convergent beam of light. Okay children. Now reflection of light. What is reflection of light? Simply it is, that is the bouncing back of light into the same medium, that is known as reflection of light. When you throw any ball and that ball returns to our side, that is called bouncing. Okay, so reflection is, that is the same thing. When the light strikes to any surface and comes to our side or any side, that is known as bouncing back of light, that is known as reflection of light. Somewhere it is given that reflection is that the bouncing or reflecting, striking a surface from a smooth surface, that is called reflection. No, that it only strike to any surface and it will return. And see, here is the diagram. Here is I have taken one surface. This is a ray, this one is another ray, and here is one line. So what are they? Here it is written incident ray, means the light which falls on any surface. That the ray of light which falls on surface, that is known as incident ray. And the light which bounce back, means goes to the same medium in other direction, that is known as bounced back, is known as reflected ray. And the point at which the light ray falls, that is known as incident angle, that is known as the point of incidence. And the perpendicular drawn to the point of incidence, that is known as normal. Okay, see, the angle between the incident ray and the normal, incident ray and the normal, that is called angle of incident, that is denoted by angle I. And the angle between reflected ray and the normal, that is called angle of reflection. Clear children? So what's the light? First, very simple, that bouncing back of light is known as reflection of light. Light falls means the ray of light which falls, that is known as incident ray. The light which reflect means that which bounce back, that is known as reflected ray. That the normal drawn at the point of incidence, that is called perpendicular, that's normal, okay. And the angle between, this one is important, that angle between incident ray and the normal, that is called angle of incidence. And the angle between reflected ray and the normal, that is known as angle of reflection, okay. Okay children, now we will discuss regular reflection. When beam of light strikes to a plane surface, means a smooth surface, and it just reflect in the same direction, they are parallel to one another, then that is known as regular reflection. Means after striking out, a smooth surface moves in a one direction, they are known as regular reflection. And what are irregular reflection? When the ray of light coming from distant source, that is bulb or sun, they are parallel to one another, but after striking to a rough surface, it moves in different direction. So they are known as irregular reflection. Means from the rough surface they are irregular, and from the smooth surface they are regular. Okay. Now we will discuss about here the laws of reflection of light. So what are the laws of reflection of light? Already we had discussed in lower classes. What is that? First one, that incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. What is the meaning? See, this is the incident ray, this one is the reflected ray, and this one is the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. Sometimes a student thinking that we draw on a surface, then that is the plane. No, plane means that light coming from like this, from this side and reflect to that side, this one is the plane. And another second law, that is the angle of incidence, it is equal to angle of reflection. Means this angle is always equal to this angle. Whatever the point, see, light needs only one point, okay, no need to very big surface, only one point. Suppose that striking to this surface and it will reflect, and you have to draw here the perpendicular. So this angle equal to this angle, means angle I equal to angle R. Now we will discuss about the mirror, because further we will discuss about the plane mirror, then after a spherical one. So what is mirror? Mirror means a smooth, highly polished surface, reflecting surface. They are known as mirror. A smooth, highly polished, reflecting surface is known as mirror. If you had seen the mirror in which you see your face, I see my face, that is the glass, and back side there is silver coating, and below of that means outer side there is the layer of red oxide. And here that we will discuss two types of mirror, that is there are the two types of mirror. One is plane mirror, another one is the curve mirror. In curve mirror, that a spherical mirror and the parabolic mirror. So first we will discuss about the plane mirror. Okay, just mirror having, we have two types, plane mirror and a spherical mirror. We will discuss here about a spherical mirror. Before of that, plane mirror. What's the plane mirror? Plane mirror, that this one is the plane mirror, okay, and when any object is kept here, its image from back side, is virtual image, that the whatever the distance of the object is in front of the mirror, that the image will also be of the same distance behind the mirror. It is always upright, okay, and of the same size. It is laterally inverted. Laterally inverted means left will appear right and right will appear left. Mainly we have to discuss about the plane mirror. Okay, a spherical mirror. There are the two types, concave mirror and the convex mirror. What are concave? What are convex? First of all, see, if you have a hollow sphere means glass, hollow glass, and you cut it, you will get this shape like this. And if you polished outer side, it will form concave mirror. And if you polish inside, then it will form a convex mirror. So how can you define? A mirror whose polished reflecting surface is a part of a hollow sphere. Now see, if you polish this side, outer side, that reflecting surface will be inner part. And if you polish inside part, then reflecting surface will be outer part. So A spherical mirror whose inner hollow sphere is reflecting surface is called a concave, not it is convex. Convex mirror. And a mirror whose is a part of that is called a spherical mirror. It is correct, CONCAVE, concave mirror. A spherical mirror whose outer surface is reflecting surface is called convex mirror. Okay children, now see, in this one, in concave, that here will be the center, in this one also here is the center, and when we will just discuss about the behavior and the point, which point is called. Okay, now we will discuss about the different terms we will use in a spherical mirror. What are those terms? See, here this one is the concave mirror and this one is the convex mirror. In this one, the center of the sphere, that is known as center of curvature, and the center part of the mirror, that is known as pole. In convex mirror also the same. See, and the width of the mirror from which the reflection will take place, that is known as aperture. See, the effective width of the spherical mirror from which reflection can take place is known as aperture. So this is called the aperture. Okay, and the pole, the center part of the mirror is called pole. Here, that is the center part is here, so this one is the pole. And then after center of curvature, already I told that it is the center of the sphere. Okay, here. And the radius of curvature, the distance between center of curvature and the pole is known as radius of curvature. Here, that is this one, from this to this one. Okay, next we will discuss the principal axis. What is principal axis? The line passing through pole and the center of curvature, that is known as principal axis. It is the imaginary line. The straight line passing through center of curvature and the pole is known as principal axis. Pole is this one and center of curvature is this one. This line is called principal axis. Here is this one is the principal axis. Then after the focus, what is focus? See, focus, that the ray which are parallel to the principal axis coming from infinity, they converge at a point, means they meet at a point or appear to meet at a point. That point is known as focus. In concave mirror it meets, and in convex mirror it appears to meet. Okay, and the distance between focus and the pole, that is known as focal length, and this focal length, that is denoted by a small f, and f, that is equal to r by 2. Okay, we will discuss about the formation of image by a concave mirror. That formation of images by a concave mirror. Okay, for that we will follow certain rule. First is that this is the concave mirror. When a ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, you take it, it will pass through the focus, means it will pass through the focus. Okay, first condition is that when a ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through focus. It will state, it will be like this. Okay, and second condition, that just opposite of this, if a ray of light is passing through focus like this, it will become parallel to the principal axis. Ray diagram also coming in exam on the basis of that. In third condition, we can take like this. This is the pole, this is focus, this is center of curvature. See what I have taken. First I have taken that is the ray parallel to the principal axis that passes through focus, and then when the light ray passes through focus, it will be parallel to the principal axis. Now third condition, that you take the ray of light which pass through the center of curvature means when a ray of light passes through center of curvature, it will return to the same path. Why? At that time it will be just perpendicular to the mirror. We can take this one also. If suppose that this principal axis you are taking on this one, that this is the ray, then it will return to this one. Okay. In fourth condition, we take this also, that the ray of light which is fall on pole, so it will follow the law of reflection. It will just pass like this, making that same angle. Okay children, now we will discuss about that the images formed by concave mirror at the certain places. If we place the object at a particular distance, where will be the image form. Okay, and this one very important for you. In first condition, if suppose we are taking that object is at infinity, object is at infinity, in that case what we will take? Suppose that object is at infinity, in that case you take line parallel, okay, and it will form the image at focus. Very a small image will form and it will be inverted. Sometimes you can do like this. Another diagram you can do like this also, that the ray of light parallel, you can do like this also, that this is the pole, here is the focus, this is the center of curvature. You can take like this, one line, this one, it will pass like this. Another you can take by from the center of curvature, image will be here. Okay, so very a small image is formed when the ray of light just like the coming from infinity. This is the first condition. And what is the characteristic of the image? It is inverted, and so it is real one. Okay, discuss the second condition. When the object is placed between infinity and the center of curvature, means you can say that beyond C. C means center of curvature. Suppose that we are placing object here. In that condition, where will be the image form? See, this is the line parallel to the principal axis, and you take, it will pass through focus. Already I told that when you take a ray light parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through focus. And another one you take from center of curvature, and it will return to its own path. And where is the image form? See, here. And what are the condition for the image? That first one, it will be inverted and real. Second one, you can write it will form between C and F, means center of curvature and focus. Third, you can write a smaller than the object. Okay children, see, when that object was at infinity, image form at focus, and when it come closer to some center of curvature, that image just move this side. Okay, now we will discuss the third condition. What's the third condition? In third condition, we will take, this is the concave mirror, and we will place the object at center of curvature. In this condition, see, light ray, this one parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through focus. Then you take another ray that passes through focus, it will pass through whom? That the center of curvature, like this. That is the differences came due to the scale. Okay, if you will measure with the scale, it will be just below of the center of curvature. And what will be the characteristics of the image? First, you have to write where it form, at center of curvature. Second, you write real and inverted. Third, you can write that first you written that at C, second that real and inverted, and third one same size. Okay, after this we will take that the object is closer to that mirror now. In fourth condition, we are taking that is the object coming more closer to the mirror. That is here that pole, this is focus, this is center of curvature. Now we are taking here, means when the object is placed between C and F, it will be just first line we will take, that parallel line means that is ray of light, it will pass through focus. Another you take from focus, it will be parallel to the principal axis, so it will form beyond C. Okay, it will form beyond C, the image will form beyond C. And characteristics of the image, first one real and inverted, second that you can write beyond C, third you write bigger than the object. Okay, so these are the condition, these are very important, generally coming in exam, so you have to do the practice. After the fourth number we go more closer to the mirror. In fifth condition, just see here, this is the mirror, you take one line principal axis as a principal axis. Okay, we taken here, that is the when the object is placed between center of curvature and focus. Now you take that when the object is placed at focus, it one line you take parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through focus like this. Okay, and just another one you can take like this, from center of curvature you can take, like see center of curvature, and it will return, so it will be parallel and the image will form at infinity. So here you can write at infinity. Second, you can write that real and inverted. Third, you can write very big, or you can write enlarged. Okay, discuss the next one, when that object come more closer to the mirror, that is the sixth condition. See what happens. This is our concave mirror, here pole, this is focus, and this is center of curvature, and we are taking here the object very close to the mirror. In that condition, it one line you take parallel, it will pass through focus. Okay, and another you take from center of curvature like this. Okay, and it will return. See that the light ray here, that is wide one. Okay, so when you extend this one to behind the mirror, it seems that it will form here the image, that virtual image will form like this. So what are the characteristics of the image? First one, that is behind the mirror. Second one, it is bigger than the object. And third one, it is virtual and erect. Erect means just upright. Okay, so these are the six conditions, and if you observe, that is the what happens and how that the image form. Just look here, that very interesting thing is that you see, suppose that this is the mirror. If the object here, that is the focus, and here is center of curvature, when the object was at infinity, image form here. Okay, when it come closer, that image form here. and when it comes here, see that the object moving closer to the mirror and the image just moving far from the mirror. First condition here, second condition here, third condition here, and if the object is here, the image will be here, and if the image is here, means object is here, that image is at infinity, and when it is very close to the mirror, it will form the behind the mirror, means image will form behind the mirror, that is the virtual image. Okay, now we will discuss some usage of concave mirror. What are the uses? General uses we will discuss. It is generally used in solar cooker. Second one, you can write it is used in what? Reflectors, or that you can say that headlight of the vehicles. So vehicles you can write in vehicles. In vehicles you can write, in projectors also you can write that in projector. Okay children, we will discuss about the formation of image by convex mirror. Formation of images by a convex mirror. Same rule here also will be followed. This is the convex mirror. This you take the principal axis, here is pole, focus and center of curvature. A ray light parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through focus. So it will not move inside, focus is inside of the mirror. So just you join like this and make a ray a state of this, means it will diverge. So that first condition. Second condition is that when a ray of light, focus, center of curvature, you take it is passing through focus, means appear to pass through focus like this, then what will happen? Definitely one line parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it just reflect that from the focus, okay, like that. So here it will be parallel to the principal axis. In third condition, you take like this, focus, here is center of curvature, the ray of light which passes through center of curvature like this. If you join like this, it will return to the same path as the concave is in concave mirror. In fourth condition, this one, focus, center of curvature. If here is the pole, here also pole, here pole, ray of light which falls on pole, it will make the same angle with the principal axis, whatever that angle of incidence, it will make the same angle as a reflection and it will move like that. Means whatever the condition it follows in concave mirror, here also it will follow the same in convex mirror. Now we will use that, we will study about the uses of the convex mirror. What are the uses? So here first use, you know that we use vehicles. In vehicles they are the side mirror. So here in uses you can write as a rear view mirror, or you can write the as a side mirror. In as in vigilance mirror also you can write in vigilance mirror. Okay, means in shop generally it used in olden days. Now there that place taken by that camera, okay, that lens. Okay, in vigilance mirror we can use, so we can write main use that rear view mirror. From here the question also comes, why we use convex mirror as a rear view mirror. See, this is the convex mirror, it gives the wider view. It gives wider view means what? The light ray whatever the coming from the that this angle, the image will form inside of that one. Okay, so these are the things. Here one thing, just I want to explain where will be the image form. Just I forgot, and see that image means, first of all, you draw this convex mirror. Here is the focus, here is center of curvature. If you place anywhere the object, suppose that here, anywhere, suppose that I am taking here, first line you take parallel, and then after it will just reflect like this, and if you produce, it seems that it passes through focus. Okay, another one you take from center of curvature like this. See, if you extend, it seems that the image is formed here. This is object, this is the image. Everywhere will be the object placed in front of the convex mirror, image is always a smaller than the object. Okay, another thing, this is the first one. Second is that it is always virtual and erect. Okay, so that's why we use what I told earlier, that why we use convex mirror as a rear view mirror. First one, that it gives the wider view. Second, the image form in mirror is always a smaller than the object, and it is always virtual and erect. Okay, that's why we use convex mirror as a rear view mirror. Okay, children.